tried to hold us down are back. What's been new with the Maniaco podcast?
Should we do a podcast?
The Maniaco podcast.
We're back.
What up? What up? Here we are, Mother's Day, May 10th, and we are doing a Reddit reaction video. Please hit the subscribe button. Is it worth it? It is worth it. Maybe not for the people on Reddit, but it's worth it. Let me just write this thing down here. All right, here we go. Let's get right into this hitter. We got a bunch of posts to go through. Hopefully it'll be a good time, fun time. So the first one is this GGH Reddit reaction videos need to be stopped. This is great. This has to be, it's got to be like a troll. I mean, come on. I hate how GGH is sitting here calling us the losers / toxic people when there's only a few individuals like Smart Mammoth, Hockey Guy, Mr. Excelsior, all the same person, by the way, on different accounts spreading hate. Yet we are getting the backlash. This community is amazing. I'm personally coming from GGH Reddit reaction video from last night. Never had an account here or chatted to anyone, but always have lurked to see what's going on, and everyone seems great besides those individuals. So you watch the videos. This either is a troll because it's like, what do you mean it needs to be stopped? Like, who's going to stop it? I don't even know what that means. So it's either... This is either a troll or it's like completely pathetic, because if you watched my videos, where have I ever called everybody losers / toxic people? Like, in fact, I said most people on here are probably decent, like solid people. I've always said that. But there are some losers / toxic people, in your words. Maybe in my words too, who are definitely on here, and they talk a lot of junk, and it's not just Mammoth, Hockey Guy, whoever, Excelsior, all these, there's a pretty decent amount over the times who have said some really stupid stuff. So, whatever. So somebody's... I don't know. This has to be a troll. Like, needs to be stopped. It's got to be made up for... It's got to be made up to troll. I mean, what does that even mean, needs to be stopped? Somebody said, you don't have to watch his videos, and you also don't have to like everything on the internet. Also, you don't have to be so sensitive. Homie? Somebody said GGH is obviously only calling these people losers and toxic and not all of us, and he is rightfully doing so. Instead of getting mad at GGH for calling it out, why don't you get mad at the people he is referring to that ruin this community? Also, it's quite funny and entertaining because every time he makes these reactions, these people or the person with all these accounts has a mental breakdown and starts creating these schizo pictures and gay fantasies of his and posts them everywhere. Just to remind people, the reason I even started these videos was because people started talking junk about me here. So I react to it. It was fun for me. It still is. And a lot of people hit me up and they're like, the Reddit reaction videos are our favorite. We missed when are you coming out with another Reddit reaction video? When I go on Instagram and I type in like, give me ideas for content, give me videos you want to see, do you know how many people are like, Reddit reaction videos? So whatever. So Colonel Panics, he's a drama queen. Try not watching his videos. So I'm a drama queen. I like how he says try not watching his videos. Like, it's so tough not to watch a GGH video. It's so difficult not to watch a GGH video, but do your best to try. That's like how people talk about jerking off. I'm trying not to do it. It's so hard. Try not to watch his videos. Like, it takes like a real effort not to watch a GGH video, bro. I like that. For some of these people, it's actually like they can't help themselves. That's why it's funny. They talk all this junk about me, but they know what I say in every video. It's amazing. What if dude was secretly behind all the excessively retarded trolling that's been going on here? Gives real Vince McMahon type energy. I don't know who that is. The trolling BS that's been going on around here is the cringiest ever by a couple dorks on multiple alts. GGH makes me laugh so much. Why would we want that? We need more. All right. Love you, brother. Thank you. David said, DJ Roman, the Reddit videos are his best. What are you talking about? God bless you, brother. He is good at giving his trolls a platform. I sure am. Here's Electronic War. I enjoy watching both the completely unhinged and unfunny hate for the guy and also his never-ending claims he's unbothered despite spending hours of his time defending himself against things like the accusations of what is clearly steroid abuse. His reaction videos give him a chance to call out the obvious teenage hater trolls so he can lump them in with the folks who comment on his only TRT claims and how his reviews are miraculously 99% positive. Doesn't take an award-winning investigative journalist to figure it out. Seems like a nice guy, though. Bit of a thin-skinned martyr. Not a huge fan of guys who push supplements using their physique and don't fess up to their full PED stack. So I'm just going to say, with guys like this, there is nothing in the world that I'm going to say out of my mouth. There is nothing to convince Electronic War that I'm telling the truth about my TRT dosages. There is nothing I'm going to say. I'm not going to convince him. I'm not going to say, dude, believe me. So I'm just going to say this, Electronic War, God bless you, and I appreciate the compliment. I'll just say that right. I've learned not to waste my breath trying to argue with people who have already made their mind. There are people who are so convinced, no matter what I say, that I am on all these anabolics that I lie about or my dosages. I'm lying about being on 100 mgs of test every 5 days. They are 100% made their mind up, and there is nothing in the world I'm going to say to change that. So God bless you, and I very much appreciate the love. I have to take it as a compliment. The other thing I'll say, Electronic War, is that when you say that his reaction videos give a shit, when you say that I am unbothered by trolling, I've never made that claim. I don't know where you've gotten that. I've actually made I made a video that I could show you right now, actually, where it's called I Need to Be Honest. Let me tell you, I need to be honest. Here it is right here. I need to be honest with you. This has about 1.9 thousand views. You can see the thumbnail. And one of the things that I talked about in this video is how I fall short in my life. And one of those ways that I fall short is I do get triggered by haters and trolls. That was one of the main points of the video, that I do get triggered when people accuse me of lying. I get defensive about it. I get, it evokes an emotional reaction. And that is one of the ways that I fall short. So I'm not sure where you've ever heard me claim that I'm unbothered by it. I mean, some of it I'm unbothered by. A lot of it I'm unbothered by. And some of it does get the best of me here and there, and I respond. So, and then as far as 99% positive reviews, I mean, why wouldn't my reviews be 99% positive? I guess that's the question. Why would I accept garbage supplements, number one, and why do I want to give negative reviews? That's not really what I'm doing here. I give a negative review when I recorded a ghost review yesterday. It was freaking their trick cereal. I said it was garbage, artificial. I would never recommend. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I appreciate the compliment. Sushi Samurai. Okay, I am literally creating this account to defend the man. GGH on net spreads so much positivity within the community. I find it a bit ridiculous to call him out when he's really not referencing everyone on Reddit, the entire Stim Junkie community. Thank you. I'm certainly not, but rather just a few individuals. I've never even met the man, but he's improved my life so much just from giving him a follow. Enough said. I love the guy, so I had to come on here to defend the man. I love you too, man, and I appreciate that. I'm honored you feel that way. If my content has brought value to your life in any way, man, then I am absolutely freaking honored to the core to hear that. And God bless you, man. Thank you so much. If you go back 5 years ago when he first started, it was so much more enjoyable to watch. Was much closer to how he really acts with all the over-the-top clickbait antics. Homie, TRT haters yell and act over the top with a God bless to seal the deal. Wish he would drop all that being extra, regardless if it helps views or not. Just be you and stick to reviewing the pre's. That's what is more entertaining, personally. Well, no, that's not. No, I'm not going to. I have a counter offer for you. I'm going to say no. I appreciate the feedback, but I'm not going to do that. Just being me is not just reviewing the pre's. Stick to reviewing the pre's. That's not just being me. I hate to break it to you. I never started the channel and told anybody that this channel is just about reviewing pre's. I started my channel from the beginning with the intent to make all sorts of content, from reviews to bodybuilding to nutrition to addiction to TRT talk, recovery, 12 steps, spirituality. I don't know what you just stick to reviewing the pre's. No, thank you. In fact, I would love to get away from reviewing pre's and supplements and making way more. That's why I go live on YouTube now 4 days a week, because a lot of people love the live workouts. A lot of people hit me up when I'm on a rest week and stim break. People say, man, I love the live workouts. I can't wait till you're back. So no, I don't care. I'll take constructive criticism. If you think I'm being extra with saying homie or haters, that's one thing, but I'm not going to make the content you want me to make and just review pre's, homie. No, sorry. Quirky Cauliflower. I love GGH. He's real. He reacts to hate like a real man would, and he totally gets hate and judgment from Reddit. That said, if there is one concern I have about GGH, it's this. He's a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, doing reviews of illicit DMHA, DMAA pre-workouts. I get worried that he is simply swapping one type of drug addiction for another. I hope one day he cleans himself up totally, including pre-workouts. By the way, homie, if you're reading this, I love you, bro. No gay. I love you too. But I appreciate that, man. I've been using pre-workouts for 6 years, and I've never pushed the limits with how I use them. So I don't know what you mean, clean yourself up. I answer to God. I appreciate the halfway positive comment about how I react to hate like a real man and how I get judgment and hate from Reddit. I get a lot of hate from YouTube, Reddit, whatever, dude. So that's just the channel growing. That's all that is. As far as using pre-workouts, dude, I'm fine with it. I don't know. I'm not switching any addiction. I've never used DMHA pre's more than once to twice a week. In 6 years, I've never pushed the envelope with increasing my serving size, building a tolerance where these don't affect me anymore. I've never had one experience in 6 years where I've been pointed out that DMHA pre-workout has gotten in the way of me helping addicts or alcoholics or my relationship with God or anything. I'm on guard for that stuff. And it kind of sounds like you're judging me. I'll be honest with you. It kind of sounds like you're making a judgment about how I should run my life. I don't think there's anything wrong with me using pre-workouts. And I don't have any DMAA pre-workouts, by the way. I mean, I don't think they even exist anymore. I have DMHA pre-workouts, and I'm good with it. So I appreciate the concern, though. Somebody said, I think he knows what's going on. He seems to have his own set of rules to guide him, like no double scoops, ingredient spiking from bulk stims, only using pre's for training. The fact he fully admits that most of these give a head high lens to his honesty and drug addiction. Yeah, I appreciate that. I've created rules for myself with these stimulants because I am an addict and I want to make sure that I don't, get too far away from what I'm trying to do, which is grow spiritually and help people and all that. So I'm definitely making sure I've never changed the rules since the start. I get one hit of stimulant a day and it's got to go towards training. Yeah, totally. I'm not the first person to tell him that. Likely a lot of people that love and care for him are telling him the same thing. I just wish bro did more reviews of products outside of illicit pre's, which he does do. I love his non-pre reviews. Dude, very few. I'm just going to say, just so you know, I just want to point this out. Like, let's go to my channel. Since I think you got the wrong idea about what I'm doing here. Just to show you. Hold on, man. This is a supplement I'm uploading. Here it is. Here's my channel. Let's look at the last 2 weeks. Transparent Labz non-stim burner, Review Bros non-stim pump pre-workout, Transparent Labz longevity, a workout video, Gorilla Mind bars. So here's one pre-workout above all. So in 6 days, I've done one pre-workout. All Day You Shred by 5%, Reddit reaction video, Protein Coffee by Transparent Labz, Crack Initiation daily pre-workout. So in 11 days, I've done 2 pre-workout videos. Panda Supps protein, Double Dragon, which is a daily driver. So that's 3 in 13 days, and 2 out of those 3 were dailies. And then All Day You May, All Day You May by 5%. So in 14 days, I've done 3 pre-workout reviews, and 2 of them were daily drivers. I'm not sure, or 4 pre-workout reviews. 1 was non-stim, 2 were daily drivers. 1 was, I don't know where these people think I'm doing like all these illicit pre-workouts all the time. I hardly even review pre's that much. I mean, just look at my channel. I do like 1 pre-workout review now, like once a week, maybe. It seems. Anyway, I don't know. So let's see here. We're going to finish this thread. So many. But the reaction videos need to stop. Why do you care what a grown man thinks of you? Pretty weird if you ask me. LMFAO, this is absolutely hilarious. I think GGH is an awesome guy. Stop being so sensitive, drama queen. You're the perfect example. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, you're making a whole post about me, like, and then being like, he needs to be stopped. Smart mammoth. I wouldn't be surprised if GGH was the actual holder of all this fake accounts. Isn't that funny? Says the guy who is the actual holder of the fake accounts is saying this. The man is Svengeli for all I care. And creating gossip, hatred, and dividing is his bread and butter. Doing Reddit reaction videos like he has nothing better to do. I'm sure he doesn't know what that means. All in all, GGH is just dumb, ignorant, narcissist drama queen with a huge nose and small eyes. Yeah, this guy has always been a loser. And that's what losers do. They insult people's looks, a huge nose and small eyes. That's what they do because he has nothing of value to say. I mean, he has nothing. He's hated on me for every single Reddit reaction video I've done. This guy has hated on me. He has had no value. He's talked about my family. He's talked about my little girls and he's talked about them, like, brought up dildo. He's like a pedophile weirdo. He's an absolute just loser. I mean, what can you say? The guy has no evidence of doing anything in his life but being on Reddit, and he hates me for that. He has no evidence. I mean, this guy is such a clown. Dude hating so hard on people for taking creatine gummies after reviewing a pre-workout with nerds in it, LOL. Huh? I'm hating on people after reviewing a pre-workout with nerds. I said that those aren't necessary either. Nerds in a pre-workout. Why would anyone need that? Hating on people for taking creatine gummies. I love my gummies so much. I'll even eat the kind without any supplements in them. I think most of us don't realize the tonnage of negativity content creators deal with on a daily basis. You have no idea, dude, how much freaking just mean-spirited people there are. All right, here we go. Let's move it on to the next one and the next one. Honest question. Most euphoric pre-workout on the market today. And then, let's see here. Picture in picture. Close to maintain recording quality. Oh, okay. Euphoria, Deliverance, the most euphoric pre-workout. I'll just tell you, before I even read the thread, I would say, I don't know, Legit Pre-Extreme, Crack Cartel, Maniaco. Those are the three, probably. I don't have any of those, like, sticky label ones people talk about. Nothing euphoric about Euphoria. Such a waste of time. I haven't used that one since it came out. When it first came out, it was really good. Mr. White Double Scoop. Heavy. Makes me feel happy. I would not put Euphoria in my personal list. I get much more slap from that. Let's see. El Jefe Neuro. Nothing euphoric about Euphoria. A lot of people don't like Euphoria. I haven't used it since it first dropped. And when it did, it was really freaking good. Had that DMBA. Force of Nature, Kratos, Smack. What's Smack? By Vices and Vibes? KJ Labz, Doomsday. Never used that one. Okay. Hammerstone hyped all these pre's, so now we don't really know what's what. Wow, I didn't know you needed Hammerstone to think for you. I didn't know that you needed Hammerstone's brain to think for you. Crack Purple, new version. Deliverance is good for that too. Non-illicit, psycho, stim, or psychotic extreme. All right, so they're listing a lot. Here we go. I gave you my 3. I think that Crack Cartel is fire. That's out. I think you could still get it. That one's really nice. A recent pre you enjoyed. Here we go. Somebody said Deliverance. Tried El Jefe Garria, Ami, Crack Cartel. That is a good one. Maniaco ripped great today. Scoop and a half. Ami was killer yesterday. Scoop and a half. Ami or Maniaco rip. I took Maniaco rip yesterday. I felt great. Okay. Now here's Hammerstone with the Above All review. Let's see here. Above All, changed my mind about DMBA praise. It is really freaking good, dude. It is a hitter. Would it be possible to do a review on Demolish? Let's see. That Above All was just nice. Have you tried Crack Barbarian, the old Barbarian, or the current? My bad, the old. The old was fire. Hammerhead, good review, man. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. I want this. The manufacturer literally sent lab testing that proved it was DMBA. Yeah, I have the lab testing right here. I can show you right now the lab testing for the Above All. Do I have it? Here it is. Look at this. Can you see? Let me see. It says amp citrate, 99%. I mean, you could say this is fake. Please consult. So it tells you who it's made. It tells you the laboratory. It tells you Vanguard Laboratory. I mean, anybody could, certificate of analysis. Everything about it. Chromatographic purity, identity, 99.5 result, matches. I don't know. This is what I was sent. So that's what I got. Who are you to send lab testing to? He could just post to everyone to see, but he probably won't because it's probably not true. They were sent to GGH, not Hammer. Either way, they don't have to prove anything to anyone, but they did. So you can either believe it or not. I just had him sent to me this morning, but this retard has his head so far up his ass. Even if I did post it, he'd just go to that's photoshopped or some other reason I'm lying. Well, that's what haters do. You can't. That's the thing about haters online. You just can't satisfy them. They're like the people who say to me, like, you lie about being natty. I'm like, I've never lied about being natty. I'm not natty. I've been on testosterone for 10 years. And they're like, oh, that's more than TRT. Now you're lying about that. It's like, dude, you will never satisfy haters. They're never going to. That's the thing about haters. They're never going to come to you and be like, all right, man, my bad. Like sometimes that happens. Like, dude, like 1 out of every 50, they'll be like, I apologize. I was in a bad mood that day. I shouldn't, or like, I came at you wrong. Or like, they'll, dude, I've had a lot of experiences where haters will, but really it's very far and few in between. You're never going to it's never going to feel satisfying to prove a hater wrong because they're never going to admit it. They're just there to hate. These people hate themselves. These people who troll on the internet or hate on other men, or they suck. If you met them in person, you'd be like, this is the most insufferable, unlikable human being ever. Like, it. Come on. That's what a liar would say. I have them, but I won't post them because you won't believe me. The entire reason people say you're a liar is that you can't provide proof for the claims you make. Okay, well, I have it. Why y'all love to downhammer? I generally don't understand why these communities have the horse tolerance stimulant MFs acting confused as to why they don't feel a pre like someone else. And then when you ask them what else you take, they're like, oh, I usually run 2 scoops of Smash, 3 scoops of Crack OG, and 350 caffeine daily. My favorite, him. I don't really feel this pre-workout. It was very meh. It was a letdown. Really? This pre hit harder if it's way too much for me. Yeah, I also have ADHD, so I might be that. But yeah, the pre was mid. No, it seems like you generally don't understand why people don't like this guy. You think people are calling him a liar because a pre didn't hit for him, or they have a high of a tolerance? Well, that's not the case. Hammer claimed that Deliverance without a doubt contains DMAA, then proceeded to double and even triple down on his claims. When confronted, he acts like he doesn't understand why people are calling him a liar. Maybe he really doesn't. Trent isn't good for the brain. So this is like I never got that insulting people like that. Like Trent isn't good for the brain. Like, dude, you're just talking junk. Saying that you can't tell me I'm lying about my personal experience when that is never what anyone claimed. Again, the lie is saying that it contains ingredient. Did Hammer say that without a doubt Deliverance has DMAA? I've never heard him say that. A guy that's probably taken more real DMAA than most people in this group would just mistake really good for 2-amino for the real deal over and over again. All right. Only you hating and Dick Small Excelsior. Leave the group, please. I speak for everyone. There is no hate. I simply laid out facts that show he's a liar. Because he's I don't know. Why do you care? I don't know. Whatever. Let's move on. This is gay. Here we go. Anesthetized by Blackstone Labz, sleep supplement, or something more. Sleep supplements are a category I mostly ignored until recovery started noticeably suffering. Try anesthetize after seeing it recommended a few times. Formula is simpler than some sleep products, but what's in it dosed properly. 3 grams GABA is meaningful, 2.2 taurine. God, this is such a great sleep sup, dude. I love this stuff. I just got a new tub. I haven't had it for a long time, and man, this stuff is good. The acetyl tyrosine inclusion is interesting for a sleep product. Usually a focus ingredient, but supports neurotransmitters, sleep onset, running it 3 to 4 nights a week rather than daily. Dude, I would not run this 3 to 4 nights a week. That is a terrible idea. I'll be honest with you. This is a terrible idea. This is a 1 to 2 night a week. This is like a 2 night a week at most. 2 nights a week, we'll say. 3 to 4 nights is, to me, wild. Never use that for a daily basis. It will cook you literally. Use in case of heavy insomnia only. So to me, it's like if I'm running DMHA or some illicit pre whatever, really, what do I have? I have DMHA, I have a tub of Excelsior, and I have what the heck is it called? Machine, which I don't know what freaking stimulant is in there. So if I'm gonna run DMHA pre, that'll be the night I take anesthetize, just as a nice reset, because my brain, it fries your, it's hard, it's taxing, all that kind of stimulant. So yeah, you definitely do not want to freaking take this 3 to 4 days a week, in my opinion. People are saying I learned that the hard way. 1.8 grams of phenibut is not a daily supplement. Yeah, it's never even a 2 day in a row ever. It's the same with Somatomax. Can anyone recommend a decent daily good daily at all that doesn't contain phenibut. Probably no one tells you. I'll recommend a good daily right now. The best one I could name is Transparent Labz Sleep and Recover. Dude, this stuff is a freaking knockout. It is so good. It's on Transparent Labz site, code GGH10. Hitter freaking supplement, dude. Literally Anesthetize is good. It's amazing. It's one of my favorites, but not for a daily. I mean, this stuff works. It's magic, but it'll lose its magic at 3 to 4 days a week. At 2 days a week at most, and never 2 days in a row, you can keep the magic. So yeah, let's move on. So here's the same post on the other thread. Doesn't it? So somebody said the same. He said the same thing. Someone said, doesn't it have phenibut? And then he said it has all this. 4 times a week is a lot. That stuff is addicting. Thanks for the reality check. I reread the label. You're 100% right. Completely glossed over the phenibut line. Well, that is a lot to gloss over. That's the star of the show. Yeah, so definitely. Fen is not good as a crutch, and 4 times a week is a lot. So it seems like everyone's letting him know it's not a good idea. All right, another Deliverance review by Meaty Morsels. It's just okay. With all the 2 amino pre-workouts saturating the market, this one doesn't really stand out much for me from the others. I chalk this up to other pre-workouts like Zeus, where it has euphoric, almost giddy-like properties. Indeed, super fun pre, but of course, it does have some shortcomings. I tried 2 servings, once at 13 and again at 18. Both times fasted with a considerable time taken from my previous stim day. It's almost like 2 different pre-workouts. I just don't get why, honestly, no offense to anybody, but like why anyone's taking such a large amount. I mean, you're free to do what you want. I'm not saying you're not allowed to. I just don't. I guess I've said it over and over. Like, I never understood taking more than the serving size of a pre-workout. I guess I just never understood it. I guess it's like when I start doing that, like I know how my head works. So it's like, in my opinion, it's like when I start doing that, it just seems like there's going to be no going back. Like if I'm used to taking 1 flat scoop of Maniaco and I have a great workout every time, and I'm just like, all right, I'm going to try a scoop and a half. Let's just see how I can push it. It's like, how do you go back to a scoop? Like, how do you it's like all you're going to do is raise your tolerance, and then every time you're doing more than the serving. It's like, because your head is telling you like, all right, man, that was really better than a scoop. 1 scoop and a half of Maniaco is better than 1 scoop of Maniaco, of course. So every time I got to run it at a scoop and a half, or else it's not going to be as enjoyable. I got that one time that was such an awesome experience. How do you go back to just a scoop of a daily driver or a scoop of it's like when you start, like, I know how my head works. I know myself well enough. I'm not saying everybody's head works like mine, but I can imagine the people who do take the scoop and a half, their head does work like mine in a sense, or else they would have never taken the scoop and a half in the first place. I mean, I don't know. I just caution everybody, man. Like, I'm going to use my platform to be true to myself, and I review a lot of these pre-workouts, and I definitely have promoted these kind of pre's, and I've definitely give them a light. But at the same time, like, I feel like I also have a responsibility to speak the truth and talk about, practicing restriction and being safe. And I just think for me in my life, the right thing would never be, if I caught myself taking more than the serving size of a pre, I would think that I would be able to confidently say, is that really what God wants me to do? Like, does God really want me taking more than the label tells me to take of a supplement? Is that really what God's will is for me, to take more? Like, have a supplement that I'm using for training. Is this really going to help my training more, or is this more for my head? Is this for the head, or is this for the muscle? Like, what are my motives here? What are my motives? Am I doing this for my head because I want something that's far beyond what I need for training, or is this for the muscle? I mean, I guess you could argue that about taking pre-workout in general, but pre-workout's enjoyable. But if I'm going to take it, I'm at least going to follow the instructions. You know what I mean? Like, you could debate whether pre-workout's even necessary in the first place. It's obviously a supplement, so it's extras. But it's like, if I'm going to take pre-workout, at least I'm going to respect it and take it as the instructions list. I mean, that's my opinion. I just think that's the right thing to do for me. Again, I don't want to judge people unfavorably, but I do want to caution people to be on guard for your head. And if you're being true to yourself, like, what are your motives, for taking more than a dose? What are your real motives with that? Was the dose not sufficient for your training? Is that why? Or is this all for the head? I think it's something to look at. And that comes from an addict who knows what it's like to live in your head, and have this thing be tricky and, try and get the best of you. But, we all got to make choices, but it's like, once you cross that line and you're taking a scoop and a half of everything, do you really think you're ever going to go back to the serving size? Do you think your tolerance is ever going to go down? Even with a month stim break, do you think you're really going to go back to respecting them? I don't know. Only you know. So a lot of people say overall it's 6 out of 10. It's fun and it works as intended. Turns more to 7 out of 10. So this was a solid review. I mean, this is what I thought. It was like, okay, it's like another DMHA pre. And then the other thing I'll say is, let's see if he's getting hate, because when I freaking said that it was like just another solid DMHA pre, I had people saying that the only reason I said that was because I want people using Maniaco. I didn't give Deliverance a good pre because I want people using Maniaco. So is he going to get the same hate for saying Deliverance wasn't that good? Because one of these guys who accused me of shilling for Dark Labz, which is why I didn't like Deliverance. Also, I remember saying that only bald-headed loser small dicks don't like Deliverance and found it nothing special. So are they going to pop up and say that about my boy Meaty Morsels, or, is it just me? Just curious. Is only when reviewers say that? Only if reviewers say that. So if it's somebody else, I mean, where do we go here? If you have realized the Reddit group overhyped every single high stim pre, yes, some of them are very good, but the overhype and blowies being given out on almost all of them absurd. Okay. Yeah, we can all thank Hammerstein for the hyping absurdity. No, I don't think so. I think you can thank yourself. I'm very confident Hammerstein just took the pre and shared his experience and was probably being completely honest about what he felt about it. That doesn't mean everybody's going to feel that way about it. I enjoy the controversy. I think the controversy proves that everyone reacts different. I mean, that's all it is. Why? I don't get why people have to assign bad motives to people. Can't you just say, like, Wow, Hammerstone had a really freaking good experience with this. I'm glad he really loves it. Wouldn't that be a healthier approach than being like, he's trying to scam me, he's hyping it, like you're a little girl being like manipulated by your boyfriend, like a man's manipulating you. You sound like a woman. He's manipulating me. He's a grifter. It's like, dude. I mean, can you imagine sounding that soft that you act like some guy manipulated you, hyped it up and manipulated you like you don't have a brain? When I ran it 18 grams, the workout was killer, but man, I had the worst crash. All right. It was a good review. The machine I got is really good. I've only experienced something like 2 scoops minimum with no issues. I feel like the perfect pre-workout should yield to the suggested serving size and hit without drama. I agree. It's like, in my opinion, you should be able to take the serving size of a pre-workout and that's it. And it should hit good. And if you have to take more, then it's not a great pre. At least we could hopefully agree it's not a great pre as it's intended to be. Maybe it's a great pre at 1.5 scoops, but the way it's intended, somebody said, I felt the same overhype. Yeah, it's unfortunate. If you remove all the hype, what lines underneath is a reasonably decent DMHA-based pre, nothing more. That's what I thought. Yeah, basically it was a daily driver to keep your tolerance down when you actually want something that slaps. Well, it's definitely not that. I'm not going to, it definitely wasn't a daily driver. Here we go. Anyone take Crack Cartel and Thermal Spark together? So this is, so when you ask why I would possibly say, like, there's morons on here. Like, no offense, stink nuts. Really, OG stink nuts. I'm sure you're a bright guy. But it's like, why would anybody take a pre-workout with 300 milligrams of DMHA, which is already like on the highest end I would want to put in my body, and add another pill, which is great, Thermal Spark, which also has some freaking God knows what research chemical in there, and stacked it to it? Why would that somebody said, why would you do that? In my opinion, I think that's necessary for someone who's actually using both products separately. I don't think that's beneficial. Why ruin a great workout with just Cartel? Yeah, I don't know. What it just seems like it just seems like Reddit. This is what I'm saying about Reddit. This is my point. There's something about it that pulls in this kind of mindset. You know what I mean? When you say, well, GGH says it's toxic, and let's admit, there's something about the Reddit community that pulls in this kind of insanity mindset. Where, like, I hardly get, nobody goes to my channel and says, did you stack Thermal Spark with Crack Cartel? Because they know the way that I speak, it wouldn't be welcome there. That's a stupid thing to ask me. No, nobody's done that. Why would we do that here? What? Why would anybody do that? For what? To get as high as possible? Is that your MO? You just want to do drugs? You just want to be high? Does that have anything to do with training or health and fitness at all? Can you make any justification that stacking Thermal Spark and Crack Cartel, 2 completely separate products, one's a fat burner, one's a Stim Junkie pre-workout, that stacking those things is going to benefit my training in any way? I just don't understand. Anyway, here we go. Anyone tried no pre-workout? I quit caffeine for 9 days. I was doing 300 to 600 mgs a day. Quit cold turkey because mind over matter. I wanted to see how bad it would get. 20 hours later, the withdrawal started. Horrible headache. Felt like I had a cold. Felt confused too. Just wanted to drink some effing caffeine so bad. Just make it all go away. Thought of caffeine constantly. Almost felt like an alcohol hangover. Yeah, it sucks. Stopping cold turkey is how I do it 4 days a year. And you feel like I got muscle aches. I get terrible symptoms. I felt like myself. Suddenly, day 3, after 30 hours of suffering, I turned a new leaf. I felt like myself. I wasn't even craving it. I went socializing and was very energetic. Yeah, by like day 4 or 5 for me, I start having this like really freaking great natural energy. And I'm like, why even go back? Was surprised for some reason over the years, I started to think I needed caffeine to be charismatic or confident or happy. Turns out that wasn't true at all. First caffeine-free workout I did, I took Sicario pre-workout since it's non-stim. The betas and other stuff sort of made me feel like I took a regular pre, but I was weak in the gym. Everything felt so heavy. I kept using Sicario every workout. Today I did no pre-workout at all, and I can't believe how good of a workout it was. Like, seriously, it was so good. Maybe I just forgot what pre-workout feels like. Yeah, I used to think that good post-workout feeling was the pre-workout, but turns out it was all the endorphins all along. I was wrong the whole time. I feel dumb. I feel more energetic after my workout, like the gym made me feel wired and alive. I got high from just lifting weights. So crazy. Well, that's what it's about, man. The buzz comes from the heart. Did your mom put your accomplishment of no pre-workouts up on the fridge with your picture on it? I quit caffeine every 23 hours. Never had a problem. All right, so this is what training's about, man. Coming back to the roots and realizing how just training feels good, man. You know, the days that I do morning fasted cardio, I'll pump iron in the afternoon on a stim-free pre-workout. I use transparent Labz, stim-free, or huge Supps or Sicario. And the workouts are great, man. It's great. I put my heart into them. Once you get started, you're in it. You know what I mean? Like, once you get started, you're in it. You know, I never did pre-workout. I've trained for 12 years. 5.5. How long have I been on the channel, Mage? I've been on the channel for 5 years and 8 months, I think now. That's when I started pre-workout. And before that, it was always stim-free. My high stim Saturday was a cup of coffee. And, you know, it's nice to be reminded. Even sometimes when you take a daily driver, you're kind of reminded of, like, what working out is all about. You know, like I'll take like the Ghost Legend, or I just recently took like that We Go Home Double Dragon, and I remember thinking like yeah, I had pre-workout in me. It wasn't caffeine free, but I remember thinking like, man, this is like, I just feel like it's just about pumping iron. It's like back to the basics. You know, it kind of gives, even a good daily driver gives you that feeling, and it's nice, man. It's nice because you got to always, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, like the buzz has to be from the basics before introducing pre-workout. You got to know that, like, all my cardio I do is stim free in the afternoon, unless I'm swimming in the morning once a week. But like all the other cardios in the afternoon, stim free after, you know, I haven't had any caffeine in almost 12 hours. I'd say 11 and a half hours at that time. And once you start, you just feel great, man. You're just buzzing. Like the buzz comes from the cardio. The buzz comes from the weights. Like the pre-workout's icing on the cake. It makes training fun, you know. Like training, it's important, it's fun, you know, because that's how you make gains, by staying on. You know, so if pre-workout makes it fun for you, then nothing wrong with that. I think pre-workout away. Like if that makes it so you're consistent with your training and it makes training more enjoyable, and you're not going to hear me say that's bad. I think it's great to find the things that make training enjoyable. So yeah, pre-workout for life. I don't know if this is a troll post or not, but caffeine breaks are great. Oh, you think this could be a troll post? Damn, what do you do for work? What do you care? Do for work? Here we go. Cool story, bro. I'll stick to my pre-workout. All right. What's this caffeine rehab club I've just done? 12 days no caffeine, just Coca-Cola. Well, that is caffeine. I had caffeine. It hits a lot better. All right, let's move on. Let us move on. Avoiding legit pre-crash. This will be a quick one. Does anyone else crash hard as hell after taking legit pre? I go from being super motivated during my workout to being unmotivated and weirdly tired, unable to sleep the rest of the day. Has anyone found a way to avoid this? I'm going to tell you how to avoid this. Are you ready? You stop taking legit pre. That is the 100% way that you're going to avoid a negative side effect from a pre-workout is to not take that pre-workout. I mean, I know it sounds obvious, but some people just want to find every single way to keep using something that affects them negatively instead of just moving on from it. I know it's crazy to think, but not taking legit pre is how you avoid it. It's like if you don't want a girl to get pregnant, practicing abstinence is the absolute best way to make sure she doesn't get pregnant. All right, let's move on here. Best fruit and vegetable supplement. Boy, oh God. Swift Cricket. I find it impractical to get the recommended servings a day. I realize it's not an exact replacement, but I assume it's better than nothing. Looking for a once or twice a day capsule, unless it's absolutely necessary to do 3 times a day. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not better than nothing. It's probably almost better. You just don't do this. Just don't eat fruits and vegetables. Just don't. You'll be fine. I think. I don't eat fruits and vegetables, really. I mean, sometimes I'll get some fruit, but I haven't meal prep vegetables in like well over a year, and I'm just fine. Like, I'm not convinced you need vegetables. Just don't get these supplements are such garbage, dude. Greens powders and stuff. They're like, dude, they take like the form of veggies and they completely strip them basically of all their nutrients from what I know. There's no way you're getting, it's just it's such BS, dude. Such an extra supplement. I don't keep any greens powders in my regimen. When I've had them, I've enjoyed them. Transparent Labz, but they also have like the, it's been nice. Like you wake up and you drink it and it's got like a good flavor. And they also have those like prebiotics or whatever. Dude, these supplements are just such extras. I mean, it's fine. Just don't take them. Eat your whole foods. Who needs vegetables and fruits when we have pre-workout? GGH said once he doesn't ever eat fruits and veggies. In fact, I recall he said he hated them. All right, now you're throwing it. Now, so this guy he can't go a post without talking about me, which is amazing. I never said I hated fruits and vegetables, ever. I absolutely love eating fruit. And some vegetables I like too, like I love mushrooms, asparagus, broccolini. I just takes extra time to prep them. So I just don't. But, and I feel fine. Greens powder, specifically AG1, gets the most attention. I think they're all BS. All right. Who said he hated them? Dude, I love fruit. Love blueberries, love blackberries, love bananas, love Honeycrisp apples. Love them all. Love clementines. Best no-yo, no two amino. So basically a daily. Is that what we're looking for? That one I recently reviewed, that We Go Home Double Dragon, dude, that was a freaking fire pre-workout. Same with the Ghost Legend was good. What else? Oh, Reloaded by 5% Nutrition. That was really good. The NutraBio the new Crack Initiation is fire. New Crack Initiation is really good. That is a great pre-workout. Let's go here. Next one. Best out of 3. Legit Farm Pre-Extreme versus Mr. White Yayo versus 5150 Gladiator. I honestly, if I had to keep one of these in my regimen, it would be 5150 Gladiator. I just think it hits so good. Mr. White Yayo is a good pre. It's not, I don't think it's super consistent. Legit Farm Pre-Extreme is really good, but it's like, I think 5150 Gladiator is just a great, well-rounded Stim Junkie daily. It, no negative side effects, just a good alpha yo, high energy, amazing pump without feeling overstimulated. 5150 Gladiator, man. That's where I am. Legit Farm Legit or Pre-Extreme, if you had to pick one, are they both comparable, interchangeable? I think the Legit, I don't know, Legit B2 might be better. Let's see here. All right, let's move on. Crack Cartel is better than Maniaco. Oh, hold on, homie. Hold on, man. I've tried a lot of heavy-hitting pre-workouts, and Maniaco is my go-to high stim for quite a bit. But honestly, Crack Cartel has become my favorite over Maniaco. The energy feels way smoother and more controlled, despite still hitting hard. You get that strong DMHA-driven sense of urgency and motivation to train, but without the edgy, anxious feeling. What separates for me is the Canna. Maniaco definitely hits hard too, maybe more aggressive in a raw, go destroy the weights kind of way. I was tub coming Monday, somebody said. Do Sushi Samurai. I have Cartel for sure. I never tried Maniaco, but I finally picked it up, so I'll be giving it a go soon. Oh, let me know what you think, man. Yeah, I said in my review it might have surpassed Maniaco for me. So I'm biased, obviously. I love your reviews, by the way. Between you and GGH, I feel I get a good perspective before I make a purchase, and each bring your own unique take and personality. Thank you. It doesn't beat Maniaco V1, no way, ever. That had some sweet sourcing of the yum-yums. I hate to break it to you, separate joke, but they have the exact same sourcing. Believe it or not, Dark Lab sources it, and it's the exact same sourcing. Now, they were made with different manufacturing places, so it might, the first run, it's not V1, by the way. There's no V1. It's, the label didn't change. They did another run of it. Sounds awesome. I'd love to try Maniaco Ripped also. I'll just say this. It's the same sourcing, but it might have been more apparent because of the manufacturing. You know, different manufacturers can make pre-workouts feel different based on how much of the ingredients in there and all that. You know, what I'll say about this is Crack Cartel's a great freaking pre-workout, dude. There's no doubt about it. The reason do I like it better than Maniaco? I mean, the experience is, just right there with it. And to me, I think Maniaco has a leg up because it has my name on it. No. Maniaco has a leg up to me because I get the same effect with less stimulants. So instead of 425 caffeine, Maniaco has 400 caffeine. Instead of 500 Araya, Maniaco has 300 Araya. The only thing about Maniaco, I've used Crack Cartel a few times. It's been consistent. Also, Maniaco, every time I use it, I know I'm going to get a good workout. Every time I use Maniaco, I know it's going to freaking be like a killer training session. I don't know which one's better. They're both, obviously, as I said 5 times, I'm biased. So you want it, I'll never claim that I'm not. It's got my freaking name on it, dude. So I just like the simplicity of the label. It's lighter scoop. For me, it's my pre. So what do you expect me to say? What do you expect? I expect you to say the truth, GGH. Well, that's my truth, homie. I'm a maniaco. Here we go. Hold on, man. Here we go. Crack initiation. We have another one. Wait, where did that Crack Cartel one go? Here we go. Crack initiation. Screen. My personal review. I just tried Crack initiation today and hit my back heavy weights for 20 sets, about 6 different exercises for 3 or 4 sets each. I really like this one. I was hesitant to use it because lately I've been using Maniaco, Mr. White, Edge of Insanity, Flame, and El Jefe. Dude, that is a crazy freaking rotation. I'm going to be honest with you. But I knew it. What I've been doing is unhealthy. Taking such high stims 5 days a week. All right, at least you know it. So I really need a daily to start using them. I was very surprised. I had energy, focus, pump. I think my body appreciated it. Isn't that amazing? Like, let me tell you this. I do this a lot. Like, I'll go on vacation and I'll grab, like, if I have pre-workouts to review that were like kind of sitting there for a while, they're like super dailies or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not that excited to use it or whatever. I've been putting it off because I use like Stim Junkie dailies, like Edge of Insanity, not Edge of Insanity. I don't even have that in my rotation. Insane Labz, I meant. Insane Labz, Psychotic Saw, or freaking, what's another? A Gladiator Edition, or Tweak, or whatever, And I take these other pre-workouts, like, what were a few good ones that I took? That Inspired Nutra Devastate 25. I took one with 200 mgs of caffeine that on vacation this last winter. That was by V1 Nutra. It was like 200 mgs of caffeine. And I take these pre's and I freaking feel amazing. And I'm like, thank God these dailies still hit me. Like, I take these dailies like a Ghost or that We Go Home recently. I'm like, dude, life is good. Like, the dailies feel great. I feel great training on them. I have perfect stimulation. That's how I felt on Crack initiation. Just like perfect stimulation, perfect mindset, just the right amount of feel good energy. I don't know, dude. I take it daily, and then sometimes I'm like, dude, I should just take dailies. These freaking feel great. You know that feeling where you take it, you just, yeah. Great write-up, same experience, just clean and consistent, definitely in the background, but not in a bad way. Appreciate your review. I'm at the same place, and I've been going way too hard on the high stims. Next week is my detox. So this should be a good low stim daily driver. No, that's not really a detox. I'm going to be honest. Taking Crack initiation is not a detox, in my opinion, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. That's like when I talk to people on, I was taking my Niago Flame, Mr. White, Edge of Insanity, all back to back 4 to 5 days in a row. Well, that was a very warm explanation. Let me just say this. It's like when people tell me they're on stim breaks, but they they're drinking energy drinks and stuff. It's like, bro, caffeine's a stimulant, so it's not really a stim break. But hey, we got to follow our hearts. Okay, Deliverance review from the Review Bros. They came in crazy head high. These Review Bros, man, they just wave their hands and say head high, head high, head high. How come nobody says that? He literally called it crazy head high. I got 17 gram samples of Deliverance, my Not Natty order, before it was even released, so I had zero expectations, just another free sample. That was one of the best experiences I've had in years with a pre-workout. It checked every box to a T for me. 17 grams is 4 grams over a normal serving. Why did they do this? It's not a real experience because it doesn't follow the instructions. Just curious. Okay, never mind. My experience doesn't count. Gotcha. No, bro, I'm not saying that at all. Glad you enjoyed it. That's the main thing. So this is the guy who also says, pretty sure, who says that the only reason that I didn't think that it was so great was because I want people to use Maniaco. So the Review Bros are saying, no, bro, I'm not saying that. Glad you enjoyed it. That's the main thing. I'm just concerned that at this dose, it could damage people, and they're using dirty tactics to sell more products. Fair enough. I just used the samples they gave me. I don't know about all that other stuff, though. Stay lifted. All right. First of all, the Review Bros are completely right. Why would somebody send a sample? If it's a 14 gram serving, the sample should be 14 grams. I mean, let's just be honest. If you send me a sample and you write one serving on it, and I just take the whole serving, and I'm like, oh my God, that freaking blew my head off. This thing is nuts. And then you get a tub of it. You buy a tub because you had that sample, and you take the actual serving, and they're like, oh, that didn't hit the same. Well, that's because they sent you a freaking 17 gram serving. It's like, dude, it is a weird tactic. It's not like, if you're going to send a sample and you're going to call it one serving, it should be one serving. I don't know, dude. That was a valid freaking question. It's why you like, it is what it is. Daily with no LVO. And this guy gets offended and says, what, my experience is invalid, basically? Like, no, nobody's saying that. Like, it's just not an accurate review of the 14 gram serving. It's like, if every review I did, like, here's my thing. I have a review channel. People rely on me for accurate reviews, right? So I pride myself in giving what I consider accurate reviews. So what if every review I did, I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to tell you how this pre-workout was for me. Just so you know, I pushed the 14 gram serving to double that. And I also added this. I also stacked it with this other thing. Here's the review. It's like, my audience is going to have no idea how the product really is then. Like they're going to have they're going to know how it is, with this fat burner stacked on and me taking more than serving. Like, I've seen reviews where people, and I'm not saying any one particular, I've seen this with multiple channels over the years, a lot of people aren't even doing reviews anymore who used to do this. It was like, every review I did was never just the exact serving size. It was always more, and it was always had something else stacked with it. Another stimulant even. It's like, okay, but is that really giving a accurate depiction on what the viewer can expect if they buy this product? So for me, that's important, and I think it should be. for everyone. Because if it's important to me, it should be important to everyone. No. Let's move on. Daily with no alpha yo. Any suggestions for a daily that doesn't have alpha yo? I tried alpha yo pre's and low alpha yo pre's, and it just makes me feel horrible. So yeah, a few dailies. We Go Home supplements. Double Dragon is still available. It's on Nutricartel with code GGH15. It is amazing. I'm going to give you a few right now just so you have them, and then I'll move on here. Top 10. Let's see. I'm going to give you my top 5 that were on my list this year. 5% Nutrition Reloaded. Amazing daily. No alpha yo. Great pump. It's on the 5% site. Code GGH20. Panda Supps Pando was a great daily. That was solid this last year. A lot of the Panda pre's you'll find as good dailies without the yo. Ghost Legend. The NutriBio pre, amazing pre-workout. NutriBio, that's on Nutricartel, code GGH15. And Transparent Labz Bulk Black, Bulk or Bulk Black, awesome pre-workouts on the Transparent Labz site, code GGH10. Transparent Labz Bulk Black is just such a hitter. Somebody said Psycho Stim. So that's like, I guess it's a daily, but it's very high caffeine. It's a good product. Let's see what else. Devastate 25, Panda Skull, Infinus. See, these are all good options. I've never tried an Infinus pre, but I've heard good things. Here we go. Does Dark Labz DMAA crack is back, but for a price? If you missed it, SuppsCentral is once again selling Dark Labz Crack Purple with DMAA. I bought it last time. It was on sale, and it's legit. So somehow these tubs are just magically appearing, and now they're more money. So they started at 100, then moved to 110, then moved to 110 with pump formula they included, or whatever. I think it was 110. Now they're at 140 or 150 or 140. Magically, this is a tactic of the supplement industry. No hate on SuppsCentral. I'm just saying, Lynn. Like, they'll load up the site. They'll say we have this many freaking pre-workouts available. It's very high demand. And then they really won't release all the inventory. So it looks like there's, less available. So everyone runs to get it. It creates a demand. And then all of a sudden, more show up. I don't know. God bless. And get it if they can. SuppsCentral. God bless you guys. Is this Crack Purple different? I'm going to tell you right now, sorry if you see this SuppsCentral, I just don't think it's worth it. I think to buy an expired pre-workout for $140 when we have so many good pre-workouts available right now is just not worth it. You can make an argument that nothing's like DMAA Crack Purple, and I would agree with that. I would say you're right. There is nothing I've really had that's the same as that, except like Alpha Flight Project Catalyst was really freaking similar. But I'll tell you this, no matter what, even if you have that argument, it's still expired. I threw out a whole tub of Crack Purple because it stopped hitting. It just... These things get stale. I mean, in my experience, dude, I've thrown out tubs of Crack Gold, thrown out tubs of Crack Purple. I've thrown out a lot of tubs of pre-workout because they lost their magic from just sitting there for so long, because I only get to them so often. So you want to spend $140 on an expired pre? God bless you. No hate here. That is, you are a free American to do that, or wherever the heck you are. But for me, I'm not spending $140 on an expired pre-workout. We have too many good freshies available. That's me. So we got Dark Labz Ripper. And this was by far the most intense supplement I have ever taken in my life. I completely underestimated this. I took this at 5 a.m. When did 45 minutes of hard incline cardio on the, what do you say, on the treadmill. I felt amazing. It was jamming out. I was wearing sweatpants, sweater, and a beanie. I felt pretty sweaty, a little more than usual. I've noticed that normally I don't sweat much. I never really get thirsty at the club, and even when I normally hit the gym, my shirt rarely has sweat marks. But then I got to work at 7 a.m. I was sweating bullets. These were the most extreme cold sweats in my life. I had to keep wiping my forehead. Oh, man, this is such a bad feeling. I've had this so many times, and I'm like, never again. This kept going, and it got to the point where I had to go and change my shirt because it was completely drenched in sweat. At lunchtime, I had to go home and rinse myself off and change because it was so intense. I do not recommend taking this for work in an office setting or if you plan on being in public for the next 5 hours. The stimulant and caffeine part of this was great. But despite reading those reviews on Nutricartel, I completely underestimated how powerful it was. So it's like such an intense, it's like your body's going through war. I know this feeling way too well. You feel like you could sit in a sauna forever and you're just cold. This is an insane freaking product. And so I'll never take 50 mgs of GBB and go to work again. You just look like a crackhead. You look like you're a freaking crackhead, like detoxing. It's a terrible vibe and it's uncomfortable. This is not my favorite supplement, I'll be honest. It just, yeah. The Yo mixed with the GBB intensifies it too. The Pro GBB, you think it's just the GBB, but something about the GBB, it is the GBB, but the Alpha Yo intensifies that feeling. The original ones were just insanely good. That freaking, the old Ripper, amazing, with DMAA. Basic news, Deliverance. So we got this one, Deliverance controversy debate. Hammerstone is a con artist and grifter. End of discussion. This guy really said Deliverance is better than OG Purple. His words, not mine. That should tell you everything you need to know about that man. He's on grams of anabolics, claims every pre is the next big thing. That man is a con artist, and every opportunity he gets, he promotes his code. His little manager, come on, dude. If you think that's bad, I know a guy who says pineapple on pizza is BS. I spend an hour a week on social media complaining about his opinion. Hi, guys. I gotta excuse my bae, Mr. Excelsior, for posting these shenanigans. This is a brain rot post. Stupid. There's nothing to even report here. It's just, like, who are these people who write this? Like, don't you just want to wouldn't you just be interested to see, like, I'm almost interested just to see the person behind that computer who's like, I'm going to take time out of my life to write this post. Like, what you must look like. I don't know. Does DMA powder need to be mixed with caffeine for a result, or can it just be taken alone? Taking for weight loss in the gym. Somebody said DMAA for losing weight. No appetite the whole day. Yeah, trying to crush your appetite to lose weight is just such a losing game. It's just such a way to burn out. Appetite suppression can't be a good thing if you really think about it. Think about it. Huh? I mean, all right. So everybody's answering. Yesterday I had 85 mgs DMAA and 300 mgs caffeine with it, and I had zero appetite for like 2 hours. All right. I question whether this stuff people are talking about is actually DMAA anyway. El Jefe, Neuro, and Gorilla Mode Rowolskine. This seems so unnecessary. I mean, this really seems unnecessary. I'm going to be honest. El Jefe, I think, already has 1.5. That's 4.5 mgs a yo. I've never used this product in the past. Like, why use it on something that already has alpha yo? It's consumable. I was moving set after set. If you're looking for something extra to find that extra gear, Grill My Wolfskin is your ticket. This turned an 8 out of 10 pre-workout into a 10 out of 10. Yeah, but it's not meant to put on something that already has yo. All right. Sounds like a good experience. Thanks for the review. I just react too much to higher levels of yo. 3 mgs and under, I'm good. Let's see here. Anyway. I received I'll Have a Neuro as my free mystery gift with the large Nutricartel order. This one really blew my skirt up. It's one of my favorite non-illicits now. Uh-huh. So the regular El Jefe always felt a little dirty to me, especially at 2 scoops. Just saying, not hating. Neuro is a whole different vibe. All right, here we go. First generation Mesomorph. Is it possible to get the original Mesomorph still? I'm trying to find it online and can't seem to find it. No. Contact GGH. He has connecting from Israeli. What? Contact GGH. He has connecting from Israeli.
Well, now.
I don't even know. And then the guy somebody put my email. Okay. Yeah. I think this guy actually did contact me, to be honest. I think I got an email about this. Thanks a lot, homies. Has DMHA quality declined over time? Those of us that have used pre-workouts with DMHA for a while can attest to how awesome those early experiences were. I'm personally tying circa 2017 and 2021. I need help getting a consensus. Review was mentioned how most DMHA pre-workouts have recently become an unpleasant experience with more negatives. I don't think that's true. There's a massive difference. I mean, there might be a massive difference, but many feel different, deliberate. I don't know. Around that time, 2021 was when I started the channel. So I had a much different tolerance, I like this cross the limits. Boo, cross the limits. If you want that old school DMHA feel, there's really one direction right now, Coca Labz. Their DMHA hits much closer to what people remember from years ago. Clean focus, proper mood lift, long-lasting drive, not just a messy stim overload. A lot of newer DMHA formulas feel flat or harsh, but Coca still is the best. Okay, first of all, just so everybody knows, the owner of freaking this guy, what is the Coca Labz? The owner of Cross the Limits is the owner of Coca Labz, just so you know. It's the same guy. So the guy comes on Cross the Limits acting like it's Coca Labz. It's just not my brand, but it's just it's Coca Labz. If you guys want good DMHA, check Coca. Okay, bro. That's your brand. You are Coca Labz. The owner of Cross the Limits is the owner of Coca Labz. His name is Conrad. And his DMHA is nothing special. It's the same DMHA that's in Dark Labs, just so you guys know, if you want the intel. Okay? So, and you still need to get back to me, Conrad, about the money you owe me and about disabling my discount code on Cross the Limits website. You read my freaking Instagram messages. I saw they're on red, and you ignored me. So I'm going to continue to freaking keep putting this not. Yeah, old school DMA. Coca Labz is the only one, except I know who manufactures them, and they're not the only one. Okay? Here we go. Don't make me do this, brother. Don't freaking make me do this. How are we feeling about psychotic insanity? I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's interesting. This is like such a good troll that that they've come out with Edge of Insanity's formula to troll them, because I guess Pharma keeps running these freaking advertisements where they keep trashing Insane Labs. So Insane Labs is like, you know what? We do our own manufacturing, unlike you, Pharma. We'll come out with your own formula and sell it for half the price if you want to keep screwing with us. So what's the interesting part for me as a reviewer is to see how two different manufacturers are going to make pretty much the exact same formula and how different they could feel. We're going to see if you try Insane Labs product, are you going to think to yourself, wow, this feels the same as Edge of Insanity? Or are you going to say, like, just so you know, Insane Labs stuff is all third-party tested. So they send it for testing. So it legitimately is going to have these ingredients. Are you going to say to yourself, like, wow, this feels the exact same as Edge of Insanity? You'd be like, wow, this is crazy. They're the exact same labels and they feel totally different. I think it's going to be interesting to see how it comes out from that perspective. So, yeah, they're the same formula. And people are like, can't wait to get my hands on it. Yeah, they're going to be sending it to me. Pharma talks some SHI to Insane Labs, is doing the history's greatest troll, moving it. It's not just that they talk some trash. This is like an ongoing thing. Insane Labs claims that Pharma stole their whole brand identity and keeps running ads to basically like bash them because they use prop blends. So he's like, you want to keep taking shots at us? We'll come up with your own formula and sell it half the price just to piss you off. So we'll see. How to know when a pre is done? I know pre's can be good to go and past the expiration date, but what do you look to know when it's no longer okay to take? I have a 226 tub of Zeus. I'm cautious of it. My first tub. Look, man, so these things can go way past the expiration date and they're fine. But look, man, if you take it, it's all about the experience. If you take it and you're like, you know what? This doesn't have the magic that it should. I mean, it's safe to take. It's safe. It's not that it's not safe to take unless you have mold or, some kind of issue where it doesn't seem safe by the powder. But if it's fine powder, it's safe to take. But if you're taking it and you're like, man, this isn't that experience, just don't waste workouts on it. Get rid of it. Just that's it. Huge announcement, new partnership, and my own pre-workouts. I think we went over this one last time. Huge congrats to Save It. Great news. I don't know. Didn't watch the vid, but I'll buy it. It's going to be on Nutricartel. Yeah, that's cool, man. Cool. Congrats, Hammer. We're looking forward to the hitter. I think I have a problem. Picture for context. Man, how much space out my shirt. This would last me years. So he's got all these Dark Labs 120 MIG DMA. I know your pain, brother, Dark Labs. And I have a toxic relationship. Crack Purple is a SuppsCentral. Crack Gold's from Nutricartel. When they had that, did a quick run of OG Crack Gold like 3 months ago. It wasn't a run of OG Crack Gold. They had some tubs they found. They did not do a run of it. Okay, let's move on here. Is this non-stim pre safe to take at 16 years old? Let's see. That's not a non-stim pre. Theobromine, I don't think is a non-stim pre. I don't know why. This is a weird pre anyway. I don't know. Putting theobromine in a non-stim pre is kind of weird. Someone said it will probably be very clumpy, possibly a brick at 16 years old. That's a good joke. Someone said, no, you're going to die. I don't know. I don't really ever tell 16-year-olds they can take supplements. I don't know the rules. Like, I don't know if there's... Are you allowed to tell a 16-year-old, like, yes, you can take a supplement? I always stay away from it. I don't want the trouble on YouTube. Label says it contains DMAA. This legit? Probably not. Blood block stim loaded. I've never seen this. It says it's on Amazon. Come on. Is this real? This really says DMAA? It really does. It's on Amazon. $2,099. This is crazy. It is on Amazon for $2,099. This is nuts. Anyway, manufacturer in Australia that is known for being strict. Most of these labels are gimmicks. This is total BS. This has to be. All right. Anyway, let's see here. M2. Underrated high stim with a weird but effective stimulant stack. I didn't like this pre, man. I liked it when it originally dropped. It was crazy fire. But, I mean, the version was stronger before this one. There were 3 versions. First and second one felt the same. The 2 amino one. Yeah, I don't think this came out good. For whatever reason. I know who manufactures. It's a weird manufacturing. I was told that there was people found hair in their pre-workout. There were not good safety precautions with the manufacturing. I don't know. So let's see. I tried Street Series 2 days ago. Same lower stim breakdown, but I felt absolutely incredible. Street Series, it hasn't been around. That was the owner of Inspired Nutra, I think, did that Street Series. That was the same people. Let's see. Okay. Next, Maniaco, help. Let's see here. First time on the other side of mainstream pre's. I've been using Mother Buckers daily, so my tolerance is pretty high to stim. But with this, should I start with a half scoop or the full scoop off the rip? Rip the full serve, bro. You've already used to high caffeine. Might as well get the full DMHA experience. Yep, agree. Half to 3/4. Use the full Maniaco as my first ever DMHA pre. And full scoop was a great experience. I'll tell you, my wife has to be 90 pounds or something, and she took Maniaco full scoop when it dropped. She's taken both runs, and she was fine, and she hates pre-workouts. So Maniaco is one of my favorites. I think you could get away with 3/4 scoop. However, no harm in doing the full serving either. Full is the only way to go. I mean, for me. Then we got Maniaco Impressions, first time. What do you have to say about Maniaco, sir? So today was the first day I decided to finally bring out my tub of Maniaco from the shelf and use it as my go-to for today's illicit workout. and what an experience this workout was. So just so everybody can get an idea of what I did before taking this pre, I did nothing special. The morning Red Bull. Hold on, I'm going to get to the meat and potatoes. Started to head to the gym. It was at the point where I decided to sip from my concoction. By the time I reached the gym, several minutes had passed since I finished the pre, and of course I didn't feel jacked by that point. As I was getting ready to start my very first workout, I thought I felt a bit of that tingly numbness sensation that usually washes over my body when these types of pre's. The feeling only got more and more and more intense as the minutes went by. And by the 30 to 45 minute mark, the numbness feeling combined with the strong head buzz that everybody was claiming this specific brand of pre provides with. And it was at the point when I thought of all the check marks on my list were checked off. The entire workout was carried with an insane rush of energy paired with a sense of urgency and euphoria that really makes you wonder if you've been taking something else. The weights felt like feathers, pain, discomfort, any sorts are non-existent. And PRs were made, which made me a happy camper. My main problem with this pre was that I noticed my blood pressure was elevated even a few hours after my workout. I don't know what's with these people. I've never checked my blood pressure in my life. I don't ever. People ask me all the time, or they'll try and troll me on my lives. You must have high blood pressure. I'm like, I don't check my blood pressure. I don't know. I don't even know how to check my blood pressure. Hey, Steph, how do you check my blood pressure?
Huh?
How do you check blood pressure?
With the blood pressure cuff or a stethoscope and a cuff?
So these people who are on Reddit, I'm recording right now. This guy's talking about how he checked. He was concerned about Maniaco because for a few hours his blood pressure was elevated 140/86.
So he must have a machine that he was taking.
So he was so concerned
140 over 86 is not bad.
140 over 86 is not bad.
No.
With a pulse of 89 beats per minute.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's not
low.
That was low.
If you're working out on Maniaco, your heart rate should be higher than that.
He was saying, my main problem with this pre was that I noticed my blood pressure was elevated even a few hours after my workout. My BP was around 140/86. And that's low.
I mean, I don't know what his baseline is, but it's not like, oh my God, my blood pressure's so high.
So this guy pulled out a blood pressure cuff.
Machine.
If you're watching this guy, I'm not laughing at you, but it's kind of funny. I mean, talk about living in your head. I mean, come on, man. You don't need to do all that. And it's not even high. It's okay. Well, I'm not a doctor. My wife's a doctor.
It's not. If that was your normal blood pressure, they would put you probably on a very low blood pressure medication. If you're
to raise it?
Lower it.
Oh, to lower it?
Yeah, your normal should be like around 120 over 70, 120 over 80.
Oh, 120 over 70?
That's normal.
Yeah.
Average.
Okay.
So maybe, I don't know this guy's age. I know nothing about this guy.
Well, he took Maniaco.
I have no clue.
He's a Maniaco.
So, but if you're working out, you took a stimulant, all that, your blood pressure is usually going to be a little elevated.
Yeah, really. You went Maniaco on the weights. He's got a...
The heart rate's actually low for being a Maniaco if you're working out.
No, this was a few hours after. It was at 89. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right. He's got 2 mgs of alpha.
How old is this dude?
I don't know. He posted this.
Yeah.
It's just funny. Like, it's crazy to me because people are like, do you have high blood pressure? I'm like, I don't even know how to check my blood pressure. I don't have a blood pressure. There's no time of the day where I think, wow, I wonder what my blood pressure is. Is it even important, like, to know if you don't have health issues?
No. I mean, every day to take it? No. Once in a while.
If you go to the doctor.
I have a stethoscope.
The doctor takes it.
Yeah. And then you're fine. You take it again next year.
Okay. All right. Hey, stop taking your blood pressure, bro. You're giving yourself anxiety. And I felt...
Anxiety and pain will increase the blood pressure, too.
Anxiety will increase the blood pressure? It's like when you have COVID and you're anxious about COVID, it makes the symptoms worse. But this was nothing that made me even remotely uncomfortable. It was easily tolerable. And even though I was a bit shaky during my workout with a rapid heartbeat, it wasn't at any level that made me stop during the middle of my workout sessions and question if I'm dying. I think this is his first Dark Labz pre, so he's a little nervous or something. I'm curious if anyone else has been through this, maybe Alpha Yo that's causing this. Maybe I need to lower my dosage. You haven't really said anything negative, though. Like you said it, you seem to overall phenomenal pre-workout that'll provide you with the results you've been looking for. But as with any illicit pre, always make sure you're careful. That's first of all, thank you for trying it. I'm talking junk, but I appreciate the review and for you taking the pre. It means a lot. So somebody said you chase 200 mgs of caffeine with 400 mgs of caffeine and 300 mgs of 2-amino and question your blood pressure spike. Okay, that's true too. Totally normal. Make sure to eat and drink plenty of fluids, water. I noticed the balanced meal and electrolytes. Happy you enjoyed Maniaco. Very good pre. Glad to hear that. I thought for a second that this was a bit too strong for me, even though I didn't feel any way uncomfortable. Maybe my problem is I decided to dive into the pre on an empty stomach. The problem was you decided to even check your blood pressure. No, I'm not saying don't check I'm not a doctor. If you feel like checking your blood pressure is essential for your health, then check that blood pressure. Just how potent this stuff is to our bodies, and definitely foolish of me to go without any food in my belly. I'm glad you liked it. It's a freaking hitter. Maniaco is an absolute hitter. It's such a simple formula, but I think that's partly the reason it's so great. That's why I like it over that crack Halloween. I mean, it's just simple. It just hits. Just a few well-sourced ingredients will always outshine huge labels with questionable sourcing. While I nearly always take my pre-workouts in an empty stomach, I have quite a bit of experience. I always recommend having a small meal before you take a pre-workout. For me, the small meal, like I only do it on high stim Saturday, unless I'm training in the afternoon during the week, because I train later. It's more so you have the strength to really hit the weights hard, more than to tolerate the pre-workout. For some, using these on an empty stomach can cause pretty harsh GI distress. Also, coming from someone that works in medical, a small temporary elevation in blood pressure and heart rate is very normal and nothing to worry about. That's what my wife just said too. Completely agree with you on the quality ingredients, since there are many other pre's out there that boast about them being the best on the market. No, dude, Maniaco is the best on the market. No, it's a hitter. But if the quality isn't there, then it'll never compare to those with less ingredients. All right, there we go. How does this compare to Deliverance? The label is simple, reminds me of the Deliverance a lot. Pre-workout right now. All right, nobody answered that one. Okay, we got a few more. Need your guys' opinion. Oh, I'm here to give an opinion, homie. You're going to get an opinion today. You might not want the opinion, but you go get it. Hi, I've quit and sold all my pre's about 2 years ago. Recently, I've been ghost scrolling the sub and have gotten the itch to get just one pre. My rule is once a week only, and will probably take half a dose. I was looking up here. My options don't feel good without much bad, hence half scoops. Ninja Up, Kilo Labz, M2, NutriFit, MV Pre, Hypermax. No spike/research chemical formulas. If it's once a week, I'm going Maniaco. Once a week at half OG Perp. Not trying to go crazy, just a little fun. Symbiote hands down. An overwhelming being disappointed and feeling sick after taking It just got overwhelming buying pre's, being disappointed, feeling sick after taking. He had some health things too, which scared me. No, he's going to open the door and the tiger's going to be out of the cage. He's going to buy one pre and the tiger's going to be out of the cage, huh? I know what's going to happen with this guy. No, I hope not, especially if he had health issues. All right, let's move on. New Renegade Labz Sanctified Stim. I heard this was trash. I have it here. I heard that new pre from Renegade Labz Sanctified Stim came out. Have you tried it? What'd you think? I think if I buy it after how good the machine was. Nobody answered him. I heard it was bunk. Then we got this new one, not a collab, but a creation. Never Die, which, what does it say on the label? Does it say 315? Oh my God. 315 mgs of DMHA, 150 mgs of Raya, 500 mgs caffeine, 40 mgs of New Pept. Well, that is a lot of stimulant. I don't know. That's not the full label. No, that's not the full. I don't think. No, that's just a few things on there. The dogs are going nuts. Let me close the door. All right. Big things coming, guys. So who posted this? This is Jim Dad. I never started the review game with the intention of making a pre, but after so much support from this amazing community, I felt inclined to jump in. The owner of Not Natty Shop and I teamed up to create something new and different. He focused on the label design and logistics while I tackled the formula development and testing. This is a pre for the elite users, not your typical weekend warriors. This formula will push the boundaries of the status quo and may even trigger a few people along the way. Right now, we're down to 3 final formulas, and the plan is likely to release 2 versions. Beta sample reviews for Formula 1 will be dropping soon, so stay tuned. The goal is to have this bad boy live in June, but I'd rather take my time and get everything right. If it gets pushed back, it'll be for the better. In June, next month. Dude, unless this manufacturer, is super quick, well, you got to have the labels made. You never know. The thing about, at least with me, dude, it always freaking were setbacks and took more time. Like, I was waiting for Maniaco to come out, and it was like, oh, the labels didn't show up yet, this and that. It was like such BS. It just kept getting pushed back and back. It's like when you have someone working on your house doing like a renovation, it always takes more time than you anticipate, which sucks. Thank you for all the support. I went from having one Stim Junkie friend, my brother, for over 10 years to now having 800 subscribers. It's honestly been awesome to build this community and now have the opportunity to bring a top shelf pre to the people. The big question these days is sourcing. Deliverance pipeline is the sourcing for the goods. And there may even be a special extreme batch. Deliverance pipeline is the sourcing. So I think he's saying the same people who make Deliverance make this. So I know who the manufacturer is, if that's what he's saying. I'm holding off on posting the final label until we lock everything in, but you'll get your first look during the beta sample reviews. All right, I'll give that a like. Congratulations, brother. That's very exciting. Always exciting to have a collaboration product. I know the feeling. It's like such a high to come out with your own pre. There's nothing like taking a scoop of your own pre-workout. It's like I grab Maniaco and I take a scoop, or Maniaco Ripped or Maniaco Pump or Tweak, and I'm like, this is freaking sick, dude. Like taking my own creation. It is exciting. So congrats, great stuff. I'm happy for you. I see it's limited quality. The theory behind the brand is small runs, then it's done. With the growing issue, the batch inconsistency, and I mean, I don't, with a good manufacturer, there shouldn't be batch inconsistency. But when you deal with, super shady products, those research, everyone talks about Smash AMF having, this batch, that batch, Excelsior, this batch, that. It's because it's just garbage manufacturing. I mean, let's be honest. Renegade Labz, Machine, this batch is good. You get the grape flavor. Garbage manufacturing. It's like, dude, it's bad manufacturing. So if he's getting it done where I think he is, since he said deliverance, it's good manufacturing. They should not have batch inconsistency. Looks like a lot of people here supporting, a lot of people giving him love. Nobody deserves this more than you. I'm so pumped. Everybody's saying nice things. Maybe I get a sample. There we go. I hate samples, by the way. They never come out like the final tubs. They're always BS. Dude, when I had samples of Maniaco, I was so disappointed. And then when the tub came out, I was like, oh, thank God it came out good. Dude, samples suck to me. People want to send me samples, and I'm like, they're like, will you try my pre? I'm sending you a sample. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to try it. I'm going to give you my feedback. But it's like, it's almost like a waste, because it's like almost not even an indication, because the final product always comes out differently. It's never the exact same. Sometimes it could be better. Sometimes it could be worse. Sometimes you get a sample and it's fire, and then the final product sucks. Sometimes it's vice versa. You get a sample and you're like, oh, this sucks, dude. I hope the final product's good. And it's fire. So I just want everyone to, samples mean nothing, really. Samples, a lot of times, they're just for the taste. Yeah, congrats. They given us the new pep. Global Cantaloupe. Damn, that's disappointing. Maybe the full label looks better, but the stim package seems pretty standard. Just slightly higher dosed than most. I'd rather try Hammer's Pre, and I can't stand that pug face trend junkie. This guy sounds miserable. I don't know why. Just a hater. All right, Not Natty Shop.
Dog poop on our front lawn.
There's dog poop?
Did you clean it in the front lawn if they play?
I clean it every day.
Oh, so do you think there is any if they're playing in the front lawn?
No.
Oh.
No dog poop, people. They can play on the front lawn. This is my whole life, is cleaning dog poop.
Well, your dog pooped on his run. So.
It's our dog.
So I cleaned one.
Our dog. You don't do any dog poop cleaning around here.
No, yes, girls should not.
Girls? You're a girl?
That's a man's job.
You're a woman.
That's a man's job.
It is not a man's job. All right, let's see here. Not Natty Shop top list. So, Jim Dad made a Not Natty Shop top list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15, 16, 17. I think 17 out of the 24 I have not tried. Like all these I don't know why I have no interest in these. How uninformed I feel. Let's see. Looks good. So they have these lists with 24 of their top. Sharp AMF he has as number 1. That one I've never done. And then Hyperdose. Looks good, although I have Demigod. about 19 spots higher. What's the difference between Sharp and Smash? Smash is wonderful if you were looking. Force of Nature. Force of Nature puts you in a great mood. The people who make Force of Nature are the Wildfire manufacturer. Let's see. Is Orange Label machine different than other machine labels? Every batch has been a little different. It's madness. I found orange to be the perfect balance between slap and tunnel vision bubble. Thank you for giving me credit. I see your number one is Sharp AMF. I definitely gotta rerun it. Okay. Fantastic list. I lean toward... Yeah, they sticky label I don't know why I don't have interest in them. I don't like the vibe of the chemical in them, I guess. They never have just touched a traditional, just DMHA regular pre to me. The way that I felt when I took, what was one of them? I forget. Firestorm or, I don't know. There were a few of them I tried. The Hyperdose I reviewed. I wonder why the infamous garage reviewer never even talks about this pre-workouts and calls himself the spearhead in this racket. I don't know what a spearhead in this racket means. You need to respect Christopher Columbus for all the amazing pre's he has brought into your life. Now take all those pre's and throw them away, as you should only use Maniaco. I see you're talking junk, bro. Garage grift after getting off the juice. What pre-workouts you mean? GGH, yeah, doesn't really do many illicit pre's on his high stim Saturday or bathtub pre's. Usually DMHA and maybe he might do Excelsior. Yeah, I'm not really into this, dude. It's not really my thing. Like taking these pre's that lie to you on the label with a bunch of freaking weird chemicals in there, and they claim DMAA and DMHA, and they don't have any. Nutricartel order returned by custom, stuck for months, no resolution. Anyone had this happen? So he's telling this whole story. Why should they pay a refund when they also lost the product at the consumer's risk of getting something shipped to Canada?
No, not yet, but I can.
The package was refused by customs and returned, but according to USPS. So he's got this whole story about how he thinks Nutricartel should be paying him back because it never got to him, to another country. This is above my pay grade. I just don't really care. One last question on euphoric pre-workouts / pills / stims / stacks. Also, thanks for your help. I love cardio. I do 4 to 6 hours on the treadmill per day. Come on, that's got to be BS. What are you talking about? I end up buying Maniaco Mr. Right for days when I'm also doing harder workout. Who does 4 to 6 hours on the treadmill per day? This is crazy. I want to know what is the best, most euphoric, absolute heaven pre-workout pill, nootropic, or full stack that would make long walks like this feel like I'm floating, make music sound better. What do you do with your day where you have 6 hours on the treadmill? No offense, but what? Did I read this right? I do 4 to 6 hours on the treadmill per day? What? Okay. Demonio, somebody said, love your reviews. We'll see you 4 to 6 hours a day. That is wild.
Yeah. They all won, and then the big one, we play with work, we play with number 3.
I like Deliverance for cardio. I can't take anyone serious saying they do 6 hours of cardio a day, you troll. And then he shows his fitness watch. And you did an outdoor walk for 2 miles, an indoor walk for 6 miles, an indoor walk for 2 miles, an indoor walk for 3 miles, outdoor walk for This guy loves to walk. This guy just loves walking. This is insane. I had multiple posts showing the hours of each. Just thought they showed my address, so I took them down for the night. No, I believe he does this. It's like, what? Really? Like, what do you do all day? Do I know this person? Hit me up if I know you. We got to talk. What you're just literally describing is drugs. Anything that makes you feel good like that can't be taken daily without diminishing returns. That being said, I'm a big fan of legit pre and deliverance. Mr. William, for some reason, never did anything for me. 4 to 6 hours on the treadmill a day. My man, you are a freak. Just by this is crazy. Out of curiosity, what is the strongest pre-workout you can get right now? Hi, out of curiosity. Come on, bro. Out of curiosity. I recently tried Labz Crack Undead King with 350 mgs of 2-amino version, and it was like the crazy strong. So I'm genuinely curious if there's something even stronger than this so I could try it. Why? Why, dude? Like, what is that going to do for your training? What is Undead King even? I mean, what is that going to do for your training? Stronger is not always better. Not only that, but stronger is very flexible turn. Some might say smash is still the strongest. Yeah, I don't know. All right, performance benefits. Here we go. Let's see here. This might be the wrong sub to ask, but if we're strictly talking about performance in the gym, then is there any benefit to any of the illicit stims? Like, I only take pre's to perform better in the gym. I've been taking mostly dailies or something like El Jefe. Well, there's the mental benefits of, yeah, I mean, there are performance benefits, definitely. Been taking strong pre's for a while. Pros are definitely gives more energy, focus. Cons, they bring the dog out in you. They ignite the fire after a long shift. They question what your PR actually is. It is solely for strength. Smash AMF. Yeah, so yeah, no, DMHA pre's definitely do give you performance, help your performance. I mean, but sometimes I take a daily and perform better. But yeah, I mean, you get the mental tunnel vision where you really dial into your reps in a, an elevated way and all that. Your smash AMF. So I ordered some lava from Not Natty. The beginning energy was there. I could definitely feel the weights. I definitely felt body chills. Seems like he had a good experience. But I've never tried Smash. I've never had interest. I don't know why. Nobody ever said it feels good. Maybe I'll get some. Let's see. Did you say it feels good? Pumps, motivation, energy, tunnel vision, taste. How about mood elevation? Overall great experience. I would say Excelsior were smoother energy. Maybe one day I'll get some. I talked to the KJ Labz guy. I got a review, a pre-workout I'm reviewing from him soon. So he said Smash, Lava Fuel, and Cyberpunk. So he's giving all these a review. The homie...
50 milligrams of caffeine, and I had a terrible pre-workout. One, the ingredients that are in it don't match the label. It's very obvious at the same time. It was a really weird feeling, but I don't know that I would keep it in my rotation.
All right, so... And for the reason you stated is why Dark Labz is the GOAT. I mean, yeah. I don't like all those crazy... Whatever. I mean, I agree. It's just a weird... There are like weird feelings to me. Okay. They may feel good or not. Let's see here. So they did another... There's another thread about this. They may feel good or not. It's possible. Unknown research chemicals at unknown dosages is crazy talk. Potent is old school RCs per milligram. Yeah, it is. A bunch. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Sticky bundle. Hyperdose, Sharp AMF, Temu Venom, Firestorm, Not Natty Collection up for grabs. Cracked out vibe. Yeah, it is. It's not a good vibe. The ones I've tried when these from these kind of pre's are just not a good vibe. This one's done. Stim Junkie pre side effects. Just me as anyone gets severely horny from these things. Good Lord, some of them turn me into a complete mess after the workout. I can't even hardly focus on the workout at all. A few times it hit me so hard before the workout that I said screw it and went and did cardio with my girlfriend instead. I'm also extremely sensitive to things. For instance, the first time I took Deliverance a week ago, I took not 1/4 serving and felt it for 4 to 5 hours strong. Even now, I've been dipping my toes into some. So he's saying it makes him horny. Wouldn't that be heart palpitations? I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's pee-pee tingles. Those stimulants do cause that. Doesn't help that I'm on TRT. Really anxiety. I don't know. Okay, Street Series Pre. Where are people getting this? I only see it on Nutricartel, but sold out. Anywhere else, get it. That one's been long gone. See it sold out everywhere. That one's been long gone, man. Strongest pre-workout, again, of course. Everyone wants the strongest pre-workout on Reddit. I'm looking for a strong pre-workout, but not necessarily out of caffeine, but maybe one that has other stimulants in it. What's a good pre-workout? High stimulants. Smash AMF, crack. Not the one by Dark Labz, just crack. That's fair. All right, so let's see here. They're saying this stuff finally broke my insane tolerance. I've taken pre-workout forever and nothing even would tickle me anymore. This stuff is so good, makes me feel like I'm going to pass out at the gym. So he likes crack. I haven't ran that this crack OG one in a while. It's just too much caffeine for me. 550 mgs. I'd rather take Maniaco at 400 mgs or Maniaco Ripped or whatever. It's just like this is for somebody who feels like no other stims. Like that's what this is for. It's just like so crazy. Today's stack. Here we go. 10 out of 10 experience. Why Gorilla Mind Roll Skyne is better than any GYMHOMIE product. This is my pre-workout today. 2 scoops of Panda Skull Limited Edition and 1 pill of Gorilla Mind Alpha Yo. Gorilla Mind does have great Alpha Yo. I mean, really. Excellent review and super interesting. Panda Skull Limited is really slept on. And it's my go-to on leg days, stacked with the Raya. Might have to get some Yo caps and try it out. I use the Yo caps for cardio. Like I got that all day you shred stuff. It's got like 125 mgs of natural caffeine. You could throw a Yo cap on that, or like with a thermal spark. Let's see here. We got top 7 pre-workouts and fat burners. Here we go. Thermal Spark, number 1. Vanquish Hardcore, Thermofuse, Hydrazine, Oxy Elite, Euphoria Dark Labz, Far Beyond Driven. Those are good. Hydroxy Elite by High-Tech is insanely good. It is crazy. Crazy good. Thermal Spark doesn't hit the same anymore. Dang. I got 1 bottle left. That stuff is magic. Sticky Label eBay find. 2 free tubs. Comment something positive. If you are willing to pick up $10 for shipping and packaging, I will send out 2 free tubs. Just comment about a positive interaction or friend you have made through Reddit. Let's make this a place of good vibes again. All right, well, that's fair. You're basically conceding that it is currently a place of bad vibes, which by saying that, when you say let's make it a place of good vibes again, that's a pretty much a admission that it is what I say is correct and that it is not really a place of good vibes. Everyone has nice things to say. It's a lot of good vibes in here. I'm really feeling the vibes. Great vibes going on here. Lots of great vibes. As I read this, oh yeah, very good vibes. My absolute favorite community on Reddit with so many negative comments and other subs. This one always seems to be bros wanting to help each other out. Okay. There we go, man. This is great. Everyone's talking about how great it is here. I'm so grateful for this subreddit. I found some good pre's and hidden gems. Gym Dad, everyone loves Gym Dad. Absolute favorite community on Reddit. Lots of great conversations. Very cool, very cool. Lots of good vibes. All right, well, I think we've made some good, we made it a great vibe again. Back to it. Upgrade from Gorilla Mind. I've been using Gorilla Mind Nitric for a long time. I like it, but lately it's just not doing it. After diving into the frightening sub, I stumbled upon Dark Labz and ordered a tub of Maniaco. However, I'm thinking this might not be a good daily driver, more like a once-a-week type situation. Any Rex? So, yeah, that's true. Welcome to the sub. So you want something, Crack Daily's good. The Ami is good. Psychotic, Extreme I have is good. What else? From Gorilla Mind. What were some of the Stim Junkie dailies that I had? Let's see. I forget. Why do I forget? El Jefe Neuro, El Jefe Fuego. That's out right now. That one's amazing. Tweak's really good. 5150, amazing by 5%. That's a good one. Edge of Insanity. All hitters right there. All right, let's move on. We have 5 left. Weird Heart Flutters on Firestorm. I'm kind of new to DMA and DMHA Pre's. Okay, well, just so you know, Firestorm I don't think has either of those ingredients, despite what the label says. I tried Firestorm the other day for hours after my workout. I had weird double beating heart flutters. I had no chest pain. My heart was acting weird. Anyone else experienced this? I don't know the manufacturer date. You don't ever use it again. That's it. If your heart was acting weird, your ticker, don't use it again. End of story. We don't need to deep dive into that. You don't need to post on Reddit about it. Just don't ever use it again. What pre-workout do you keep going back to? Not necessarily the strongest one. El Jefe Neuro Sicario, Ami. People are saying Edge, El Jefe. Honestly, all versions of Hypermax. All right. Next, we have 3 more. What's better, first time trying or finishing a tub? What does that mean? First time trying. Much as we love new formulas, sometimes new ones are not S-tier hitters we were hoping for. But finishing the last scoop, the gratification of knowing how well the tub served us, getting our money's worth, may be more satisfying. Okay, that's an interesting way to look at it. That's fair. You have been served by the tub. I like that. Next. What's up, guys? Needing that kick in your ass pre. Need some recommendation on some heavy hitter, high I feel like all these posts are the same. Gym due to current schedule. Wrecked and Rage, that is definitely a high one. Blue raspberry and sour grape, those have to be just the best non-DMHA pre's ever. I love them so much, man. Edge of Insanity, Edge. A lot of people like Edge. Psychopath, Crack OG, Hive 3. Those are 3 strongest. Wrecked is too much. I have to disagree. Wrecked is just right. And then lastly, you have to try this. The company just started. So this is an ad this guy's in here running. Anyway, that's it. They're talking junk. Then prove everyone right. Let's just... all right. This is crazy. All right. I love you guys. God bless you. Let's get this dang muscle. We're out.